I wish we could mine the grave. If we could, then we would be the wealthiest on earth, because the grave is the wealthiest place on earth. And the more reason why you should rob the grave of your wealth. Hello, thanks for joining me today. As you know that we looked at a topic the last time we met, and that was the true creation. And I believe that you found it impactful. Today we'll be looking at another topic, and that is unveiling your hidden greatness. And this will be the very first part to this discussion. What is and will be your greatest achievement? Do you know that your greatest achievement is to rob the grave of your wealth? Yeah, your greatest achievement is to rob the grave of your wealth. As it's been said, that the grave is the wealthiest place on earth. And that is because it has books that were supposed to be written that were not written, songs that were supposed to be composed that were not composed, creativity, innovations that never saw the light of the day. I wish we could mine the grave. If we could, then we would be the wealthiest on earth, because the grave is the wealthiest place on earth. And the more reason why you should rob the grave of your wealth. And of course, you may think that I'm not wealthy, I don't have any wealth. And that makes a verse comes to mind. And that is, we have a treasure in an earthen vessel. Of course, when we say an earthen vessel is weak and fragile. That means it can break at any time. It's weak to sight. But do you know what? Right in the earthen vessel that is weak and fragile are awesome treasures and of course greatness. So if you judge yourself by your outward appearance, you will be making the wrong conclusion. That is why you need to judge yourself via the hidden greatness that is in you. And of course, what I'm saying that is that you should not judge yourself by your outward appearance, because in your earthen vessel are awesome greatness. And in fact, that is the task you should do. Do you know that you are a miner? Of course, you are mining a mineral resource that we can refer to the treasure that is in your earthen vessel. And that is why we say that your greatest discovery is self-discovery. That means the act of knowing who you are, getting to align with the treasure that God has given you. Your treasure is hidden away by the earthen vessel, and your duty is to search and mine this treasure. So you have greatness in you that you need to express. Had you known the kind of treasure you have, you wouldn't have made those conclusions about yourself. Do you even know that those that make conclusions about wrong conclusions, because they don't know you? They only judge you via your outward appearance, which is weak and fragile. They don't know the treasure you have in yourself. They don't know the treasure you have in you. And that is why you likewise should not make conclusions about yourself via the perception of the earthen vessel or the fragility or weakness of yourself. You should look inward and look at the greatness you have in yourself. Now let's look at how you can unveil this hidden treasure and greatness. First, you need to know and acknowledge that you have wealth, greatness, treasures in you. If you don't know, how will you acknowledge? There's a difference between knowledge and acknowledgement. Knowledge has to do with knowing. So first of all, you need to know that irrespective of how weak you may look, you have greatness in you. And second, you need to acknowledge. If you know, as I'm telling you this morning, that you have treasures in you and you don't believe it, then it's of no use to you. And third, you need to now search. You need to get to align with this treasure in you. And that is why we looked at the two creation. So you may want to check that out. And the third, which also still aligns with the creation, is to come up with ideas that aligns with the treasure you have in you. And of course, the last is to work it out. And of course, in working out this treasure, you need patience, courage, and discipline. And you should not lose sight of the final product. I want to leave you with a work to do. Write this in your notepad. I have treasures in my earthen vessel. I am more than I can see with my physical eyes. In me is greatness. Put this where you can always see it, preferably on your standing mirror. And when you are done with writing it down, speak it to yourself 3 times before you leave. And of course, the last thing is every day stand up and confess this, say it to yourself. Do it for 30 days and let's see how it goes. I would love to hear from you. Thanks again for joining me today. See you some other time with the second part on how to unveil your hidden greatness. Thank you.